Now, here for you, this is News Views, a newscast for Champaign-Urbana, Illinois, and the world. This is Bill Ratner speaking. And now, Michael Badger.
Hello and welcome to News View. I'm Michael Badger. The first top story tonight is that for the first time ever, according to Steve Steger of WCIA 3 News, who we are not affiliated with, and that's right, we are not affiliated with any of the organizations that give the news stories, really, at this time anyway. And the Republican Party in Illinois is going to hold its first ever straw poll this month. It will include 8 of the Republican frontrunners for the presidential nomination, and anyone interested in giving their vote can pay $5 for a ballot. You can vote online at IllinoisStrawPoll.com between October 29th and November 5th. And every county plans, or a lot of counties plan on holding events to allow voters to vote in person, says Steve Steger. And the next story comes from the Seattle PI, and that is that the one of the top Senate Democrats says Iran's plot may be an act of war. According to the AP, Dateline Washington, the alleged Iranian plot to assassinate the Saudi Arabian ambassador to the United States may have been an act of war against the U.S., says chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee, and he said this on Wednesday. It may be, said Senator Carl Levin, who is a Democrat, and this is what he told reporters when asked whether he considers the alleged scheme to be an act of war. He also said he'd want to see what the implications of the characterization are before he uses it. Iran has denied the accusations, and Representative Michael McCall, who is a Republican who heads the Homeland Security Subcommittee, said that the alleged plan would be an act of war if it was sponsored by the Iranian government. Federal prosecutors have accused Iran of planning to pay a Mexican drug cartel figure to kill the Saudi Arabian ambassador with a bomb in Washington, and President Barack Obama says the perpetrated scheme is, quote, a flagrant violation of U.S. and international law. And in Monterey, Illinois, which is 25 miles southwest of Peoria, according to the Associated Press, 3 people were killed in a fiery traffic accident in central Illinois there. The Fulton County Sheriff's Office says those killed in the crash Tuesday on Illinois 9 near Monterey are a 25-year-old Kenneth Carsono, 49-year-old Ramon Hickman, and 51-year-old Martha Lindsay, all of Canton. The Journal-Star out of Peoria is reporting that Carsono's SUV was traveling west when it swerved into oncoming traffic, and a truck carrying passengers from the Tazewell County Resource Center that provides services for developmentally disabled and people with vision problems. The SUV caught fire when it hit the van. Hickman and Lindsay were among the 13 passengers in the van. The 11 other passengers were taken for treatment to area hospitals. And according to WAND-TV, which for some reason likes to go by the name Storm Center 17 today, these days, Decatur police have arrested a teenager and are looking for suspects in connection with a beating attack. Police say a 17-year-old son, Quarius Johnson, faces mob action, aggravated battery, and resisting arrest charges. Officers say Johnson and 3 other men attacked other men. They attacked another man crossing a street on the east side of Decatur. Police are now looking for those 3 other suspects. And in Normal, Illinois, the Normal police are investigating a fraud case involving a McDonald's credit card machine or set of machines. This by WEEK News 25 out of Creve Coeur, Peoria, and Bloomington Normal. They say if you visited the McDonald's on College and Normal recently, your credit or debit card information could have been compromised. According to the Normal Police Department, personal financial information could have been stolen during a skimming incident over the past 3 months. Detectives urge residents to contact Brad Park at bpark@normal.org or Nicole Bruno at normal.org if unauthorized transactions have been noticed on your account after using a credit or debit card at this McDonald's. Residents are instructed to email their name, date the card was used, and the last 4 digits of your account number. The Normal Police Department can also be contacted at 309-454-9526. And in national news, this from NPR, a gas drilling boom is bringing new life to the steel industry in Pennsylvania. This by Jeff Brady of NPR. They say a natural gas drilling boom in Pennsylvania is helping the economy of Rust Belt cities in the area. They say that the Briar Hill neighborhood northwest of downtown Youngstown, Pennsylvania, was relatively quiet for the past few decades, but since its huge steel mills there have reopened, I guess, it's noisy again, with trains passing on the tracks and heavy construction underway. Lots of new construction and to get the natural gas. And they say about 1,000 construction workers building the mill and the promise of 350 permanent workers down the road, launching a business made sense for Mastovich. That's Joel Mastovich, the president and COO of Valurix U.S. company. V&M Star says Youngstown was an attractive place to build a new seamless pipe mill because the infrastructure and what they already noticed about the workforce in place there. Plus, it's close to Marcellus Shale. So you can see more of that at npr.org. And we'll go to a break now. Thanks for watching NewsView. And welcome back to NewsView. According to a new NBC Wall Street Journal poll, Herman Cain now leads the Grand Old Party's poll for possible presidency, at least the nomination, that is. Fueled by the Tea Party supporters and conservatives and high-interest GOP primary voters, former Godfather's Pizza CEO Herman Cain now leads in the race for the Republican presidential nomination, according to the latest NBC News Wall Street Journal poll. And Cain checks in as the first choice of 27% of the Republican voters in this poll, followed by Governor of Massachusetts, the former Mitt Romney, who is at 23%, while Perry is at 16%. After those three, it's Ron Paul at 11%, Newt Gingrich at 8%, Michelle Bachmann at 5%, and former Utah Governor John Huntsman at 3%. They say one thing about him, quote unquote, he isn't a politician, meaning Cain. His numbers are sky high among the Republican primary voters. 52% view him favorably versus just 6% who see him unfavorably. Among Tea Party supporters, his favorable-unfavorable score is 69% to 5%. And among Republicans who identify themselves as very conservative, quote unquote, it's 72% to 2%. Now, I gotta say, that's a pretty high number. We'll see, can Cain keep this up? Will Michelle Bachmann, who I noticed won a poll just the other day, she was something like 30 or 40%, and Herman Cain was at 2% in that poll. I forget who did the poll, but that's a sharp contrast to most of the big polls that have Herman Cain ahead. I think Herman Cain may have something here. We'll see. Obama leads in head-to-head polling with Romney. Obama's leading Romney by 2 points. That's 46% to 44%, says NBC News, which is virtually unchanged from August. But against Cain, Obama enjoys an 11-point advantage at this time, 49% to 38%. And against Perry, the president is up by 12 points, 51% to 39%. but it is early, folks. That coming from me, that it's early. And in other news, a Republican and a Democrat are going to host a joint town hall meeting, according to the Decatur Tribune's online edition, at news.mywebpal.com. And in Washington, D.C., U.S. Representative Timothy V. Johnson and Representative Christopher Murphy, Democrat of Connecticut, have scheduled what may be a one-of-a-kind town hall meeting Sunday in Champaign, Illinois. The Democratic and Republican lawmakers hope to use the event to promote conversation over criticism and dialogue over divisiveness. And they're going to have this debate. Like I said, it's like it says here, it's going to be Sunday in Champaign, Illinois. And let's see here. The meeting, the town hall meeting, is at 1:30 p.m. Sunday at the I Hotel at 1900 South First Street in Champaign. A second meeting will be held in the near future in Representative Murphy's district in Connecticut. But this town hall meeting with Tim Johnson and Chris Murphy is going to be at the I Hotel at 1:30 p.m. Sunday in Champaign, Illinois. And next, your weather is next on NewsView. Thanks for watching NewsView, and here comes the weather. Friday night, a low temperature of 40 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies. On Saturday, a high of 65 degrees Fahrenheit with sunny skies. Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low of 49 degrees.
Mr. Johnson, it's time to start saving.
This savings wake-up call is brought to you by your friends at Choose to Save.